Welcome to another edition of Kendrick News, Views, and Reviews. And I just wanted to make a video to explain to everyone the trend that LG sets. Every year they bring out a stylo. They kind of do the same thing. So I would go model by model to explain why I'm not surprised that when they released the Stylo 5 on Cricut, that it had those specs. So follow me, and I'll be as precise as I can to get through each version that they release. Now, the point that I'm making is that they release different models to different carriers for different prices, and they all have something different added or taken away. So what you're looking at right here is the LG Stylo 4 Metro by T-Mobile. Now, just about every feature on the LG Stylo 4 from Metro by T-Mobile was the same, besides the 2 gigabytes of RAM. And it had the 1.8 gigahertz octa-core. It was just a little bit more powerful than the one that we're about to see. Now, that battery is the same just about. Of course, we know all of them had 8.1 Oreo. And the Vision, full Vision 6.2 display. That's 2160 10 by 1080 display. That's on all of them. So here is the Boost Mobile. Follow me. The Boost Mobile specs for the LG Stylo 4, which Boost actually got a good deal last year, because if you have been buying stylos, you would have known that Boost was getting shitted on, like with the LG Stylo 3. They got the lower specs, while T-Mobile and everyone else had like the beefed up version. Now, Boost Mobile also had 2 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of ROM, pretty much the same, everything else besides. Look at that keyword, people, processor. It was a 1.5. Not saying that is a major difference, but you want to know that they are not giving these carriers the exact same models. Some had different colors as well. And this year with the LG Stylo 5, Cricut seems to have gotten that exclusive colorway, which is the blonde rose. And people seem to like that. To me, I think it's for women, but to each your own. Now, let's go back again to the Metro version. As you can see, 1.8, and you see on Boost the processor is a 1.5. Everything else pretty much the same. As we go on to the LG Stylo 4 for AT&T. Now this to me would be the winner, because the LG Stylo 4 Plus for AT&T and the LG Stylo 4 Unlocked would be pretty much the same, because this phone, I was trying to compare them. They kind of had like the exact same specs. You can see it. This had 3 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of ROM, a 1.8 gigahertz octa-core, 5 megapixel HDR front-facing camera, a 16 megapixel HDR. That's one of the biggest difference between the Stylo 4 Plus on AT&T and all of the rest of the stylos. As you can see here with the Boost Mobile version, the camera is a 13 megapixel, and they give you, with AT&T, you get a 16 megapixel. A better camera, faster processor, more RAM. As you can see the difference between the models. Now, we will go to the T-Mobile version. As you can see, the T-Mobile version had 2 gigabytes of RAM, but it did get that 1.8 gigahertz octa-core, as well as all of the rest of the specs. But that's the difference I wanted people to see. And Cricut had its own thing going too. They all had like difference between the models, and this is what you will see, I guarantee you, between the LG Stylo 5 this year. There's no way in hell, they can't be that stupid to release the same phone with the exact same specs to each carrier. Nobody would buy this shit, because people are already mad, and I agree with them. They're already mad with the Cricket version, but Cricket is considered a prepaid retailer like Boost, and they're not probably going to invest a lot into that because Cricket is not, let's be honest, it's not top of the food chain like a AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, or a T-Mobile carrier. They can make way more money by giving them a beefed up version of the Stylo 5. And of course, you're going to pay more because they're charging $230 just for that phone. And it only have like a better battery. You got Android Pie, and a couple more features. Now, I'm waiting on someone to do the breakdown on the stylus pen to see how different that is. But everybody's so pissed at the specs, you know. But you can't completely give every carrier an L until you see all of them being released. I understand how everybody's upset because I was pissed. I was like, oh, wow, Cricket really hasn't done that much but brought out a different colorway. I was just like that, but it's Cricket. Now, when I really would get pissed is when they don't beef it up and don't beef up the specs, the processor, don't give more RAM, better camera. Just keep it. I know they're not going to keep it that way because nobody would buy it. It just would be a complete failure. But we shall see. Like this video, leave your comment, then subscribe later.